evening, booze. It's Tuesday. I probably didn't need to tell you guys that, but just in case somebody didn't know out there, wait, it is Tuesday, right? I do this every time. I'm so sure when I get up here and then I forget. But yeah, it is Tuesday. You know what? I totally forgot to look what national day it was today. So I don't have anything really special as far what's going on with my phone? Oh, my phone shut off. No, it didn't. Let's see, National Day today. Let's look. 'Cause I've got gosh, I should really get started because I've got stuff for you guys tonight. But um it's not fart day again, is it? Can they do that twice in a year? I guess you can. National Day today. I should have looked this up before I hit the live button. Oh, it's National Make a Friend Day. That's so sweet. Let's all make friends. Well, we're all friends. So let's make more friends. Yeah, that's it. Let's do that. So, how are you guys doing tonight? I'm feeling kind of goofy. So, I don't know how well that's going to go, but hopefully it's not going to be too bad. My nose is itchy. I'm sorry. I think that means I'm going to get not money, probably going to get a bill in the mail. That's probably what's going to happen. But I'm going to throw your guys' comments up here real quick and get started. Oh my goodness. Look at. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start popping everybody up. Hello, Darlene. Darlene, little evil kitty. You know what? It's so funny. Like 20 minutes before hit the live button, right? Like I'm sitting here I sit down, I get everything all situated, and she's just going bonkers. Like she's hitting the she hit the camera, she hit the lights. She jumped up on my leg and put all her toenails into my thigh, which felt so good. No, I don't like pain. That stuff is not for me. So, yeah, so she was like on the prowl. And then as soon as I want her to come over here so you guys can see her, she's now over there taking a nap because now I'm just gonna sit here and talk, and I don't have to do anything. There is a hair on that's what's making my nose itchy. There's a hair on it. Okay. So Evil was on the prowl, but now she's taking a nap, and oh goodness, what a night. Uh-oh. You know what? I don't she's not quite she can't be 6 months yet. How long have I had her, you guys? When did I bring her home? I have to go back and look at the lives because I have forgotten how old she is already. Oh my goodness. It may be that time for her. That may be why she's extra bonkers lately. I mean, I understand. I get it. I really do. It's not a fun. She won't stop meowing. That's oh my gosh. I remember as a kid, my mom, I mean, back in the day, right? Like we didn't spay our cats. It was a long time ago. But, yeah, my mom would always lock our one cat. Her name was Jennifer, and, she'd always tell her, "Stop screaming like a little" and, she'd lock her in our bed. But I can't do that now because, yeah, I don't want kittens. So, yeah, she's gonna have to, yeah, and you know what? I think it is because, something's in the air because it actually warmed up a little bit here. So yesterday I plowed the driveway because it was all like heavy, thick stuff, and I plowed it. And then today it warmed up, and I didn't need to plow it yesterday because it would have just melted. So now I'm a little upset, but I'll get over it. Hello, Mia B. Oh, how's Ohio? Are you still there? Were you just there for the weekend? I don't know if you were still. I think you're there for the week, right? I'm not gonna dox you though, so I'm not gonna give you your exact location. But um, let's see. I need to think about something other. Okay, I've got something cool. I'm gonna bring back our erectionists because hey, who doesn't need a good, you know, one of those once in a since we did just kind of mention cats and heat, so somebody needs. And I did say that I had to go back to Scotland, and because they're going to take away my card because I've talked about Ireland just a little too much, and they're gonna get jealous, and I know Joe, he's probably really jealous right now, and if you guys know Joe, you know what I know, uh, so, okay, I'll leave it at that, but so we'll talk about something else, and it's really cool too. I've heard about these little guys. When I went to the National Museum, they weren't, I don't remember seeing them out, so they may not have been on display. So I'm kind of excited to show you guys these things. They're so cute. And you know what? I almost forgot to load my video too. Hang on. While I'm saying hi to you guys, let me get back to my drive here. Because this is a video on YouTube, but on YouTube. I'm sorry, guys. It's gonna be I messed up. Oh my god, Jen, I love that. Oh my god, look at the little birds. I love the little crows. Oh, hello, Jen. Oh, those are so cute. Okay, and booyah to you 2 clips. Good evening. It's gonna be we're gonna have fun tonight. Hopefully you guys find this an interesting topic. They're dolls, but these are dolls that I would want, like, replicas of these. If they're out there, I want them. And I know maybe I'm teasing you guys a little bit because you don't know what I'm gonna talk about. You know about the Erectionists already, right? Because I'm sorry, but on this channel, they cannot go back to the resurrectionists. It's just the way it is. I put my foot in it once. I'm gonna work with it. I'm gonna keep it just exactly. I think that's how they probably wanna go down in history anyway, but so you guys do remember when we talked about Mr. Burke and Hare, right? Which sounds like a really, kinda think it sounds like something like a Burke and Hare, like something you get caught someplace, like, I don't know, you get hair caught in a spot you don't want it to kind of a thing. I don't know. You guys think about that with me because I don't know, Burke and Hare together. It just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it's sticking in my head. Hello, Rubicon. Oh my gosh. That's for Thursday. Rubicon's always sending me good stuff because I think I've invaded her algorithm now, which I hope I'm invading all your guys' algorithms because that's what I've been waiting for. That has been my ultimate goal all along. I mean, I know I got into Mia Bees with the Edmund Fitzgerald. So, hopefully you guys are getting some really cool cemetery ones and things popping up, but she sent me one a couple weeks ago and I'm gonna play it Thursday because I've got it kind of grouped together with a few other ones, but I'm trying to get all these little stories that I have out of the way so I can like do some of the big stories. But so I've got a couple. I got one sort of big story, one little story tonight for you guys. But so that's what we're gonna do. But Rubicon sent me a really sweet one and it's about this lady and her husband. Oh god, you guys, yeah. So maybe I'll save it for Valentine. Yeah. Well, Thursday will be close, right? That day that people like each other, that give them oh, I don't know. I don't celebrate that day, but it's coming. I warn you guys it's coming, so if you need to get out of town or I don't know. If you're in love with somebody, I mean, great. I'm happy for you, but whatever. I really am. I'm happy for you. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be that kind of person. I'm not an, anti Valentine yeah, I am. Never mind. Yeah, we're friends, we're family, we're a cult. However, cult fight. My nose is itchy, says the farm girl who's allergic to hay. And I was out in the barn like about 2 hours ago, throwing some around. So yeah, it's a little witch. Um, I think Tansy should only be about 4 months. I think. I think she's only like 4 months, right? She can't be more than that. Oh my god. Oh yeah. I'm telling you guys. I warned you. I'm off the chain today. I'm hopped up on steroids still. I'm gonna be on them for another 2 weeks. So, which is gonna get me all the way through my New Orleans trip, and yeah, that's gonna be fun. Right. I'm just popping your guys' comments up as I go through here. I'm gonna get down, And then I'm gonna start I have this funny ass well, oh, well, you guys know what that word is, right? I have this funny ass obituary that I found, and it popped up on Reddit. I'm pretty sure it's real. It's not AI, I know that for sure, but, I wanted to it just made me yeah, so Sunday nights, I'm not gonna do the vertical stream because if we especially if we do the little quizzy thing, the ghost thing, because 'cause we've got one more Sunday that I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna whoever wins, whoever's the grand wiener of, the ghost quizzes, I'm gonna pick up something extra special for you in New Orleans, and that's gonna be your gift because I like to buy stuff when I go on, um I'll have no money when I get back, but I like to buy people stuff when I go on vacation. So, I'm gonna whoever wins, whoever has the most points as of Sunday night, when I leave Tuesday to go to NOLA, I'm gonna get you something while I'm there. So you have one more Sunday, and Clips is in the lead, guys. So you guys are gonna have to bring it because damn, she's fast. Clips is like on it. I'm gonna get some hard ones this time though, and I almost had you guys stumped a few times. So and I'm not gonna give any extras this Sunday. It's gonna I'm gonna be real stickler. No, I won't. You guys know me. I'm pretty yeah, no, I won't be. I have a little black heart, but sometimes it gets a little squishy. Just a little bit. So yeah, but the other 2 days of the week, I'm gonna do the vertical and the horizontal because it does seem to be kinda catching some extra people. So and that's always a plus. So, the regular guys, if you wanna jump into the one with the what is it? The thumbnail? Because the other one won't have the thumbnail. So that'll always be the I think that'll kinda I don't know how to that's the indicator. That's the word I'm looking for. So, yeah, that'll be the indicator which stream everybody come into that one. The vertical one will probably just catch some other people, as we go through, uh, which was that's what they say anyway. I don't know. It might not be, but it did seem to work too. Like, we've gotten some new subscribers, like 20 some new subscribers. So, hey, it can't be bad. Something's working. I don't know. Aw, is Miss America being extra snuggle bug today? My dogs are being buttheads today. They wanna go outside. They wanna come inside. They wanna go outside. I don't know if they think it's, like, fake spring or something going outside, but I'm like, "Yeah, it's only gonna be nice for a couple days, and then it's gonna probably fricking snow again." So, yeah, just stay inside, guys. I keep thinking handbag. Clips wants a hand you wa is that what you want from New Orleans if you win? And yeah, Miss America goes everywhere with her mama. She's not yeah, I don't think Mia could leave the house without Miss America because all hell would probably break loose. The dog is probably waiting in the vehicle for her when she gets up in the morning like, "I've got it all packed, mom, let's go." Which I think is so sweet. My little Jack Russell used to go well, both my little Jack Russells used to go with me everywhere, and God, I miss that. Oh, I miss having my little buddies with me because Tansy, she ain't going anywhere with me. She is bonkers. Yeah, she'll be swinging from the chandeliers at the hotels and stuff. Yeah, no, she can't go anywhere. She's gonna have to stay behind. So, oh, I have a spot in your phone. Oh, I hope I have a spot in your heart too. I was trying to do that with a straight face, but I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so goofy tonight. I'm in a good mood. Vacation time. 1 week from today, this girl is gonna be in Chicago. I'll be asleep by this time. So, yeah, I won't be streaming next week. I'll just be popping in doing some little lives here and there, like, while I'm in, NOLA. I won't be doing this setup. So it'll probably just be like via YouTube. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I'll figure it out by then. I'm gonna be asking some people for help so that I can I gotta talk to OB because I want her to get us on the live cam, Bestie and I, right? Like down on Bourbon Street. And when we're gonna go to that what's the name of I think it's I don't think it's the Kit Kat Club. That's what I keep wanting to call it. It's like the karaoke bar there on Bourbon Street, and they have live cam inside. It's the one with the balcony where the 2 people, if anybody knows. Anybody watch that? I know I probably lost just a bunch of people already because 'cause I'm just babbling right now. Oh, I wanna see her cavorting. I was by myself over. Well, stay here. You can stay here, Rubicon. Yeah. Um, it says there's a couple people over there, so somebody's over there watching. Alright, I'm gonna get down. I know, I feel like Red Bull, that's what I feel like I'm on. Steroids, my house is spotless. Um, I've done so much laundry. I've got almost everything hung up that I'm gonna take on my trip, like, ironed, like, guys, it's this girl wants out of here. Hello, old man builds. I don't have my cantaloupes. Dang, I gotta, you know what? I'm gonna load that clip. So every time you come in, I can do the melons. I don't wanna do my melons because I might get kicked off YouTube. But all right, I'm getting down to the bottom here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. Can't believe I said my melons on YouTube. I'm gonna be in so much trouble now. I'm probably gonna get like a some kind of strike. Somebody's gonna report me, and yeah. Um, Yay. All right. So, oh, Clips, are you coming back from Dallas? Oh, I love Dallas. I went to school there. Oh, and I lived there. I love Dallas. I kind of miss it a little bit. I don't miss the traffic though, because that stuff was like next level. All right. I'm going to show you this obituary that I found. And I hope this isn't me someday, you guys. Clips, you know what Cam I'm talking about? Yeah. The 2 people that one night, I'm not doing that stuff. I'm not getting into not doing any shenanigans like that. I'm a good girl. Make my mom proud, make my grandma proud because she might watch. Um, so this is, Flo. Flo's family really loved her. This popped up on Reddit, and I just had to bring it. It is hilarious. So Florence Flo Harrelson, I don't know if she's any relation. Here, gotta wet my whistle. To Woody Harrelson, but this is her death announcement. Glenberg Florence Flo Harrelson, 65, formerly of Chelsea, died February 22nd, 2024, without family by her side due to burnt bridges and a wake of destruction left in her path. Florence did not want an obituary um, or anyone, including family, to know she died. That's because even in death, she wanted those she terrorized to still be living in fear, looking over their shoulders. So this isn't so much as an obituary, but more of a public service announcement. Typically, I would say rest in peace, Flo, but it seems like this path of destruction that you've left behind. I should have read that a lot better because I wanted to make this a short. So, should I read it again? No, no, I won't do that to you guys. I'll just read it off air to myself. But oh, Flo, she looks lovely. She looks like she was a lovely person. I don't know what they who did end up killing JR? Did they ever did they no, he didn't actually get wasn't it just a dream or so I don't guys, it's been a long time since I watched Dallas. Hello, Equal. I know where Equal is right now. Equal, you're in the vertical one. You need to come lay down over on the horizontal side with all the other girls. Wait, that didn't sound very good. Um, and then you're going to have to stay away from the hurricanes. Well, hey, I can't help it. If somebody buys me something, I'm not gonna be rude and not accept it. So, just I can't not do that. But since we're talking New Orleans, guess what? I am gonna take us there for just a little bit. before we go to Scotland tonight. So we're gonna go to New Orleans, we're gonna go to Scotland, and hopefully I can keep my stuff together here for a little while. So, deep breath. I know. I haven't even had any sugar today. This is my first caffeine. This is my first Diet Coke all day, and I'm still lit. So, oof, it's gonna be no, we're I got you. I got your back. I got your back. I got you guys. Come over to the horizontal. The water is warm. Yeah, Jen equals is in the upside down. Get over here because there's some scary there might be scary stuff going on over there that I can't control. So yeah. Which reminds me, I gotta make a couple of you guys some more mods just because of our little weirdo that we had that one night. It was suggested. So I've made a few of you guys mods, like two of you, I think now. And I'll kind of keep doing that as we go along. Just because you guys seem to pay more attention than I do. I know. It's actually I should do that probably now because I don't. Oh, I tell you, sometimes like um I tried to add a couple of you guys the other day, but it wasn't letting me add for some reason. So I don't know. I think it was something I was doing wrong. It's always an operator error error. All right. Yep. I think you're here now. Yeah, you're in the horizontal now. Gotta be a thing. That's gotta be some merch in there, right? Mm, merch is coming. I got a design for the Only Phantoms and then the Grave Gangstas. So, 2 pieces I'm working on. I stayed up really late last night because I can't sleep anyway. That's probably actually what's really wrong with me is that I haven't been I'm not sleeping because 'cause I'm all juiced up on the roids. And make sure yes, we will be, darling. If I sit it down, I don't drink out of it after that, and I don't yeah. We watch each other's beverages. Trust me, I don't sit a beverage down with anything left in it, so we don't even have to worry about that. Um, my mom taught me well, but yeah, so no, I'm just kidding. What a lush. Okay. We'll get on past that. But let me pop my notes up here real quick. I'm just gonna babble for like for hours. So first I'm gonna take you guys, we're gonna go to New Orleans just for a little bit, since guess what? That's what I've been talking about. And here we are. Here's Nola. That cute little house. I think this is what they call is this a dog trot house? I think that's what they call or gunshot. Gunshot gunshot or dog trot. Can't remember, might be a shotgun. I think it's a shotgun style house. Not because it's filled with shotguns, but because, like, it just the whole house just goes front to back. They're little skinny houses. Yeah, I'm not good with the architectural speak, but, so this is where we are. It's this cute little house in New Orleans, and this is their back garden, and I'm gonna tell you guys a little story here. So, this lady goes out to weed her garden, so her backyard here, and it had become pretty overgrown. There was a lot of brush, twigs, roots, all this kind of jazz back there that she's cleaning up, pulling up. And, most of us, right, like you're back there digging up, you're not expecting to find like you shouldn't be finding a whole lot of things, right? There should be maybe a soda can, maybe like, I don't know, something left I don't I live on an old farm. We start digging holes around here. We find like where they've like old horseshoes from the old farm horses and bits and just all kinds of little weird metal pieces. But um typically you don't find anything too terribly old. Maybe an arrowhead. I never thought of that. Okay, I'm getting off on a tangent. But so this is New Orleans though. And what this woman found in her backyard was not something she really expected to find. It was a 2,000-year-old Roman tombstone, and it had been in her backyard. And when she went to clean up in the spring, that's when she discovered it. So here's a photo of it, just kinda laying there in her backyard. It's got a little little marker there because they actually called, some archaeologists out for this. Isn't that cool? This popped up on my feed, like, 2 days ago, and I'm like, "So this is" yeah. I did not know there were Romans that ever came to New Orleans, but I guess they heard about the hurricanes, so they showed up, and who wouldn't? I mean, they're delicious, but so it was discovered, so archaeologists didn't discover this, but this homeowner was tending to her garden. She found it, and then, they have a doctor her name is Dr. Daniela Santoro. She's an anthropologist at Tulane University, and her husband and she were clearing the undergrowth behind their little historic home here in Carrollton, which is a neighborhood in New Orleans, and they uncovered this flat marble slab, and it was etched with strange ancient lettering. At first glance, they were kinda like, "Okay, well, yeah, this looks old," but and it really looks it's really old, and that is not English. And Santoro, being an anthropologist, she started reaching out to her colleagues to investigate this. And what they found out was pretty astonishing. The inscription on it is Latin, and it turned out to be a Roman funerary inscription, and it was dedicated to a sailor named Sextus Congenius Verus. And I nailed that, guys. So be proud of me. And he lived and served in the 2nd century AD aboard a warship called and this one I'm gonna get I'm pretty sure oh, sorry, my phone was ringing. I think it's called the Encephalip. No, never mind. We don't need to know the ship name. But anyway, I got his name right. I am not getting the ship name right. So here it is. And as you can tell, yeah, it's pretty old. But what the hell is it doing in New Orleans, right? Um, Let me pop my I gotta pop my notes back up here. I gotta figure something out for I need another screen. That's what I need. Um, so this wasn't like some sort of like ancient styled decoration. It was truly a 19 like a 1900 to 2000-year-old grave marker. And it's real. It was authenticated. But how did it end up in New Orleans, which is at least 5,000 miles away from where it should have been in Italy? And the clue came when the researchers realized the stone matched the description of a piece once held by the City Museum. And I'm gonna really try to nail this one too, guys. Civitavecchia, Italy, near the original find site. And it had gone missing during World War II. And the museum itself had been heavily damaged during Allied bombing, and many of the artifacts were lost during that time period. And suddenly the story kind of blew up. So this is a Roman relic displaced during wartime, and somehow it crossed an ocean and ended up into a New Orleans backyard for decades. This is where it's been. And the homeowners, right, this blew up. So they've got local media coverage. They've connected this stone, to the former owner of the house, and the granddaughter, her name is Erin Scott O'Brien, and her grandfather was a World War II US Army soldier, and she recognized the slab immediately, and this was she knew it from all these family stories that had been told, and her grandfather, Charles Paddock Jr., he'd been stationed in Italy during the war, and he brought home this stone afterwards. Apparently, kinda just thinking it was just, like, something really cool, like, just this decorative object, right? And he so O'Brien, the granddaughter, she had no idea, like, how old this thing was, and then she had put it in her garden. So, something that her grandfather left behind that, like, he picked up as decoration, the granddaughter gets a hold of it, she puts it in her garden like, "Hey, this is kinda cool," right? And it's n it turned out to be just a little bit more than that. I mean, it is really cool. So, there it is all cleaned up once they got it up off of out of the ground, and I'm not gonna try to read Latin. I'm not very good at it, but yeah, essentially the gentleman's name I'm gonna try to nail this again because 'cause I'm so proud of myself for, and watch this time I can't say it right because that's what usually happens. His name was Sextus Congenius Verus. Mm, I know I'm good with Latin, aren't I? Or Italian. I don't know. I think it's Latin. Okay, there we go. But so once they figured out how this artifact got from Italy to New Orleans, the FBI's art crime team got involved naturally, and the artifact had to be handed back over to Italian authorities. And yes, now it is back in its rightful place in Rome. And I'm not sure if it's being displayed or anything, but at least it is back in Italy. So, um, I thought it was really cool. It's pretty, it I mean, cool, crazy. This is somebody just these owners of this house just going out in their backyard to do cleanup, right? And all of a sudden they've got this like 2,000-year-old tombstone in their backyard. I mean, I'm a tombstone, but I'm not 2,000 years old. Not yet. So, but yeah, I hope you guys like that story. I thought it was pretty cool. I just think it's the neatest thing. I find trash. That's all I ever find. Everybody else, right? You always read about, oh, we're up in our attic and they find something grandma and grandpa had been, squirreling away up there in their attic for years. And then here it's worth millions and millions of dollars. And then here I am, like, I go to dig a hole in my yard to plant a tree and I just find old broken bottles and a horseshoe. Though the horseshoes are kind of cool. I do like those. So I'm not going to knock those. I do like finding those out there. But yeah, so I'm going to pop up here and see what you guys said real quick. I see Stevie. Hello, Stevie. I'm gonna pop up. Oh my goodness, you guys got way ahead of me. Was my story that long? Here we go. Drink seltzers with lemon essence. Is there an fizzy water? Ooh, I love seltzer with I like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna get don't worry, girls. I'm not gonna get all corked because I can't. I got stuff to do during the day. I got cemeteries to prowl, whatever, however you want to put it. So yeah. I'm gonna be good in New Orleans. Um, and someone probably inherited it by accident and dumped it to avoid trouble. That's kinda what I thought at first too, like, maybe somebody, like, snatched this from somewhere, but yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I wonder how much stuff got, well, I mean, a lot. A lot of stuff got kinda picked up from, during the war. Like, I I didn't trying to think. I don't think I had anybody in my family that served in Italy. I think they all served, like, out in the Pacific. But yeah, but yeah, so Stevie, what are you laughing about, Stevie? And Equal says, "We plundered in Europe during the war, world wars. Soldiers brought stuff home to America before there were laws about that stuff." And I think there may have been laws at the time too, but, like, I think it was okay for them to at least I thought it was okay for them to bring, like, some of them brought home, like, the Nazi helmets and things of that nature, like that there was a lot of that stuff being brought home, but I think if I would have seen this, I would have been like, no, I'm gonna leave this." But it does sound a little shady, but still, he kinda saved it. Who knows what maybe somebody else would have got it that wasn't as, maybe it wouldn't have been safe if somebody else would have got a hold of it, but, hi, Tiff, welcome. But yes, isn't that cool? Alright, so I'm gonna pop down, and, I mean, it pays to have my Google is trained now. It tells me when it all these cool headstones and obituaries and things that pop up, it's like sending them to me, so I love it. I finally got something working for me in my life. Authorities generally investigate the person who found it, so be careful if you find these things, right? Well, fortunately for her, right, like the homeowner, she's an anthropologist at Tulane. So, I mean, at least she could say, like, hey, she knew who to talk to probably and what, the right sources to go to. But still, it's just so cool. I have found I did find an arrowhead one time, like, on the back of our property, but it's about the coolest thing I think I've ever found out here. But just don't go dig out in my yard. It's probably not a safe thing to do. Ooh, God, that sounds oh, now I'm hungry. Yeah, I don't think this is a light object either. So he must have packed it up pretty good and got it to where he needed it to be. Got it back home. So yeah, I still think it's really cool. Um, all right. So I'm gonna move on because we have to go to Scotland now. And I got to load a video here real quick for you guys. So give me just two shakes of a little lamb's tail. Uh-oh. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Where did it go? Uh-oh. I think I uploaded it and oh, no, I forgot to hit download anyway. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do another one because I just found this just before I went live, so it's not maybe not. Why is it not letting me download? Hang on. Bum, bum, bum. Well, come on. I keep looking at Flo's face, like, she's everywhere. She's on my laptop, she's on my Google Drive. Alright. I'm just looking for my little there it is. Download. Download anyway. I'm gonna talk you guys through my download process. Um, alright, there we go. I don't know why I needed to exaggerate my there we go. Let's see. It does not want me to show you guys this. Okay, there it goes. Okay, I got it now. So we're going to go ooh, this is cool. I found a shark tooth, a Native American birdstone, a firestone, and various other Native American objects on my tiny lot. Well, that is so cool. Yeah, the only thing I've ever found just well, we had we have the Potawatomi tribe that's in this area where I am. And yeah, I've found an arrowhead, but my stepdad said that they frequently found quite a few arrowheads like back when he was a kid and stuff. So, but just found the one. I still thought it was cool. I don't know what happened to it. Kinda mad. I think I gave it to my mom, and it was probably one of those things like, "Well, here, let me take care of this for you," and she probably sold it. I have a lot of Petoskey stones. If you guys wanna see those sometimes, it's yeah, but those I find out at the beach, which I'm not supposed to be bringing well, no, you can. You can bring so many home with ya, but alright, so I'm gonna show you guys a little video, and, how do I wanna do this? So we're gonna, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Rest in peace, Sextus Congenius Verus. I forgot about that. So tonight we're gonna talk about Arthur's seat. See, I can do Latin, but now I can't even do English. This is how it always goes. Arthur's seat coffin owls. And these little guys are so cute. I want I want some replicas. I think these things are the cutest. And I don't do dolls, but these are a little different. So I'm gonna show you a video first, and then I'm gonna show you Arthur's seat. And I gotta remove this one and add this one.
Supernatural spell, superstitious charm, or an echo of Edinburgh's lingering shadows. In 1836, 17 tiny coffins were found buried on Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh. And here's the thing. No one knows why. But there are plenty of interesting theories. In 1836, a group of boys headed out to the slopes of Arthur's Seat to hunt for rabbits. In a secluded spot on the side of the hill, the boys stumbled across a small cave. Hidden inside, they found 17 miniature coffins. Each one was around 10 centimeters long and contained a carved wooden figure dressed in hand-stitched clothes. But who put them there, and why? There are plenty of interesting theories. Could it have been witchcraft, or a death spell? Or maybe a merchant crafting lucky charms for seafarers? Some have even suggested a link to the infamous Burke and Hare murders with 17 coffins for 17 victims. We don't know. We do know that the figures all appear to have been made by the same person. The tools and materials used suggest they could have been crafted by a shoemaker. The fabric dates from the 1830s, so they can't have been buried for more than 6 years before they were found. We also know that they continue to fascinate visitors to the National Museum of Scotland, where they're on display. They remain an unsolved mystery. We may never be sure of their meaning. It remains with the hidden aspects of death and belief in Scotland.
And I remembered to unmute myself. Oh, something's getting really glitchy here on my oop. Oh, well, I don't think I can do anything about it. I think it's my internet tonight. So, I don't know. I don't know if the kids had anything to do with it, but, um, probably not, because they said they found them. I don't think kids are this crafty, but, so here we are. We're going back to Edinburgh. We're going back to our erectionist, Mr. Burke and Hare, because they somehow have a little connection to this. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. I'm I have no clue. I still don't. I wish I could understand if they did have a connection to this, but so Arthur's Seat, and I have to do this, guys, and I'm sorry, but Tiff, I know you believe and I believe, but this is Arthur's Seat. This is Joe entry. So this is I'm sorry, it's not that funny, but, yeah, so Joe's up there. I'm not gonna leave him up there for very long because I know he gets really, touchy about his intellectual property, but that all behind him, that's Arthur's Seat. That's in Edinburgh. So yeah, I'm gonna pop up. I'm gonna pop up now. And hello, TF. Let me pop up here, and let's go. Children found them buried in a cave. They weren't even buried. They were just there. I don't think they were really buried. But here's the article from the London Times on the day that they were found. Or about the time they were found, July 20th, 1836, and it says, in early July 1836, some boys were searching for rabbits, and when they came upon the rocky formation near Edinburgh known as Arthur's Seat, in the side of a cliff, they came upon some tiny sheets of slate, which they pulled out. So, this little cave, 17 tiny coffins, 3 to 4 inches long. In the coffins were miniature wooden figures, and they were dressed differently in both style and material. There were 2 tiers of 8 coffins each, and a third one begun with 1 coffin. And why is this silly thing? Okay, there. I had to get that out of my way. The extraordinary datum, which was especially made blah, blah, which was especially made mystery here, that the coffins had been deposited singly in the little cave and at intervals of many years. In the first tier, the coffins were quite decayed and the wrappings had moldered away. In the second tier, the effects of age had not advanced so far, and the top coffin was quite recent looking. So, this is from 1836. Now, there's Arthur's Seat, and that is, I've been up there. It's so pretty. Oh, so I had to take us back. I know. You guys were probably thinking you were gonna get away from Scotland for a little while, but never fear. I will always take you back. Kicking and screaming, I will take you back. Um, and we'll go down the Burke and Hare. Somehow we gotta work. That's something. Um, he is, isn't he, Darlene? Oh, I know. What's that, Joe? The rise and fall of the erection. I brought him back. A magic. So this is Arthur's Seat. This is an extinct volcano in Scotland, and this is the little town of Edinburgh. Little town is right there at its base, and people hike up here. It's all craggy. It's beautiful. Joe Hendry hangs out here all the time, doing his little yeah wave your hands in the air thing that he does. I'll show you some photos of it. It's really pretty. This is up near the top. They've got walking trails and yeah, it's just beautiful. Um, and here's the little dolls, and I'll stick on some photos here. I'll go through a few photos and then I'll start telling you guys the story. But they're pretty cool. I don't like dolls, guys, but I like these. These are pretty cool. Um, Here's another one of them. These weren't on display when I was there, either time. I don't remember them being on display, so kinda disappointed. I guess I have to go back now, which I'm going back anyway, but, yeah, a little sooner now, I guess, then. But there they are. I mean, they're pretty the detail on them is pretty good considering how old they are. So from 1836, and I've got a few slides of the photos. And hello, Baker. Alright, and that shows you how tiny they are, right? Like, that's their little display area at the, museum in Edinburgh. Right, I'll leave it there, and I'll tell you guys my little story on it here. So, dun, 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 I gotta scroll down a little bit. Alright, I got a whole tale for you guys here, right? Here, I'm gonna move this so I can watch you guys over here. I gotta keep my eyeball on you guys. Um, so we talked about Burke and Hare, and right after all of this had just finished up, so Edinburgh had just actually they hadn't even really emotionally unpacked the whole Burke and Hare situation yet. And then in 1836, this group of boys they went up on Arthur's Seat, and inside this little rocky crevice, kind of sealed up were these 17 tiny wooden coffins. And 17, not one, not like a quirky little pair, but 17. And each coffin held a small carved figure, and they were dressed and they were laid out carefully. And they looked like they had been given a very tiny but very intentional funeral. And naturally, the boys, being boys, they smashed several of them immediately. And I don't know. It's just kids, right? But no nothing ruins a solemn mystery faster than Victorian children with free time. And so the only ones that actually survive now are these 8, and they're all now safely behind museum glass. So no little Victorian children can get a hold of them anymore. But one theory that seems to be pretty persistent is the Burke and Hare theory. So I'm gonna take kind of a deep breath with this one, guys. So we know that Burke and Hare were responsible for 16 murders. Plus, they have that one bonus body because she died naturally. It, they just sold her body, uh, and that's 17 bodies, and there's 17 tiny coffins. And in 1836, Edinburgh collectively went, "Absolutely not. This is not about body snatchers." the idea that these coffins might represent symbolic burials for victims who never had proper graves, um, which is kinda touching and haunting, but they weren't going for it. So, the people at the time didn't think that these had any relation to Burke and Hare. Uh, so these little surviving figures, they all seem to be male, and most of Burke and Hare's victims were women, which means either the theory's wrong or it's symbolic rather than literal. So, Victorian society once oh, wait, hang on. I lost my notes here. Yeah, one point they said, "Let's not be too specific about women and just sort of concentrate, like, on the number of them." And that's yeah, okay. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. My notes went sideways there for a second. So some experts think that the figures were originally toy soldiers that somebody repurposed and then put into the coffins later. Some of them had their arms removed to make them fit into the little boxes. And I mean, that's not scary that they took off the arms, but they had to fit into the box, I guess. So that's what they had to do. Others believe that perhaps a local craftsman made them, maybe a shoemaker using materials pretty common at the time because these have been dated to the 1830s. And then there are other theories that there's folk magic, some sort of memorial ritual, or somebody's grief, like somebody's very personal traumatic grief. But basically, there's no instructions, there's no explanation, uh, just some weird vibes and somebody's pretty handy woodworking skills. So, and I'll leave it there for just a second while I go pop over here to your guys's, and I'll pop up a couple more photos while I go up to your guys's comments. Um, and yeah, I think these are some of the coolest things that like I've come across that are linked to Scottish history. So I love these things. Um, maybe I can't do dolls, but these I would. These I would. Anything that's, like, gonna be sitting there, like, with its little eyeballs open all the time, like, watching me, I can't have, but, I don't know, these are cute. They're in little coffins already and everything. I mean, damn, that's cute. Um, and yeah, I'm with you, Rubicon. I don't like dolls usually, but yeah, these are pretty cool. And Mia B says, "I have some cool ones from my mom's travels." Oh, that's cool. Well, I have some my grandma, had from when she was, like, a little girl. They're, like, from the '30s, and she gave them to me, but they still creep me out. I don't know they're in a box. I probably should do something with them at some point, but yeah. Mm. Um Mia, what is wrong with you? You like clowns and dolls? Oh, you're a sociopath, I think. That's a sign. I think that's a sign. But Rubicon's all interested too. But I was afraid of butterflies too as a kid, so that's fine. I get that. Um, yes, you should, especially if they're creepy dolls. Yeah. And then we can all talk about how haunted they look. Rubicon says her mom was afraid of dragonflies. I love it. Rubicon moths freak me out too, but now they don't. Oh my gosh. So your mom freaked you out with it was the butterfly mobile, wasn't it? Mine was my grandmother had a blow up pool, like a little toddler pool thing that had a big butterfly on the bottom of it, and that's what freaked me out with butterflies. Yeah, it was horrible. Um, and Darlene says I have some dolls as well. One looks like my daughter before I had my daughter. I have a few others, Bisque, and then I have a whole Holly Hobby and a Raggedy Ann. See, now with I can't have a Raggedy Ann because of that whole Annabelle situation. Mm-mm. But she's not that scary looking, but I don't know. The stories they tell about her, right? Mia says, I even painted a paint by number black velvet clown that I found after my mom died, and it freaked out my ex-husband. That is that why he's the ex-husband? That's how you get rid of him? You just paint a clown on velvet. I love it. Clearly love the circus. These are adorable. Alright, let me pop a couple more photos up here for you guys, and yeah, these are pretty cool. I just can't believe that well, yeah, I can't believe that a bunch of little boys went in and, like, destroyed a bunch of them, and then, like, only 8 of them are left, but, um, but there I mean, even oh, there's Mr. Burke, hang on, I go back. I'm gonna leave it right there for a second, on that one, but you can even see that there's, like, little nails in the coffin. So whoever did this was I mean, their attention to detail spot on. I love it. And Mia, Black Velvet Clown, that's deep lore. Congrats. That's commitment. And Tiff says, I have a fascination with terracotta warriors. It's common, Tiff, because I do too. And I just watched uh, something else on the terracotta soldiers, the warriors. And yeah, so I'm working. I'll get there eventually, but yeah, I got sidetracked with these guys. So, but yeah, they're coming. Eventually, they're on my list, my wall here. Got 5,000 freaking Post-it notes all over my wall now, but yeah. Um, so there was a YouTube video I was just watching on them. I think they were doing like scans of them, like inside and stuff, and it was really interesting. So, but yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about them because that definitely falls into this wheelhouse here of death and funerals and all that good stuff. So, um, I should have thrown some. Let me hop down here. Yeah, clowns. I'm with you too, darling. I don't. So, yep, I'll take you to China too. Um, since I probably won't actually go there in real life, we can at least travel there together via the internet. I could, but I hope I'm gonna have to really brush up on my language skills for that one. So, um, I hate pronouncing stuff wrong. Hello, Ernie. Uh-oh. You know what? I'm a little cray right now too, Ernie. I'm hopped up on steroids. Yeah, it's hopefully she's not on a juiced up on roids too, like I am. Oh gosh. I know, gosh. You'll be lurking. All right. You go ahead and lurk. We'll be here. Right. I'm gonna scroll down. Oh, oh. I know little nanners. I always now I gotta know that she's talking about her nanner and not my bird nanner, the chicken nana. Oh, let me sit up here. So I'm gonna go back. I'll pop up. There's Mr. Burke again, and I have a surprise for you with him too because I teased you guys about this a while ago, and I finally found it. Um, so whether or not Burke and Hare were involved, these coffins show something pretty important. Edinburgh didn't just survive the murders, they absorbed them and they lingered in their imagination. They changed how people thought about bodies, burial, justice. We know that. We dug into that pretty well. And they left behind a city so unsettled that someone somewhere decided the correct response was I will make 17 tiny coffins and hide them in a hill because who wouldn't? Uh, so I'm not sure myself. Is it coincidence? I don't really believe in coincidence. Really? I mean, not one of them. Something happens, it happens, but 17 dolls, they had 17 victims, but I'm still on the fence with it. I don't know, but it does seem kind of odd that they were found not very long after the murders. What was it, 1832 that Burke was executed, and Hare got away while they let him get away. So I'm not really sure, but it could be something maybe somebody I would think by this point in time, they would have if it was, like, a ship that was lost at sea, like 17 sailors, something of that nature, they would have stumbled upon that at this point, but they haven't. So, it's one of the biggest mysteries, with these little guys, and I have yet another little mystery with them because something else happened. We're not done with them yet. But so here's Mr. Burke. Before I move on, here's our Edinburgh erectionist. And I promised you guys this a while back, and it took me a little time to find him. So there he is now. Because remember when I said that he kind of had a fitting in? I mean, Hare got away without we don't know what happened to Hare. He kind of just disappeared into history somewhere. But with Burke, he was executed, and at that time, right, executed people were up for grabs for the anatomy lab. So he was dissected, and this is him. These are his bones, and they've been at the medical college in Edinburgh since 1832, since he was used. So it seems a very fitting end for him, and I think it's justified considering he killed 16 people and then traded in another one. So 17 people in all, right? That they personally, I think they guess we could say they defiled them. Um, they weren't allowed proper burials and all the only thing that was I mean, honestly, they were just poor people, old, tossed out by society. So but this is this is him now, so I finally found his photo, and I had to pop him in here so you guys could see him, but, yeah, there we go, and hello, Anne. Sorry, I'm, like, yammering away up here, and so we'll say, "Bye, Mr. Burke," mm, and there's one more. So, remember they said there were 17 found in the cave, and the boys broke a bunch of them. There's only 8 left. Well, there's now 18. Dun, dun, dun. And there's 18. Let me pull up my notes. So in 18 oh, hang on. I'm here. I hate this. I've got to figure out how to get my notes to go up here a little bit better. So this is called the 18th mystery. And in December 2014, the National Museum of Scotland received a package and it didn't have a return address on it. There was no explanation, just a box, and inside the box was this beautifully made replica of one of the Arthur's seats coffin, and it's the same size, the same care, and the same unsettling attention to detail, and attached to it was a simple label. It read 18, Roman numeral 18 with a question mark, because apparently what did I write there? Oh, I don't even know. Anyway, so and with it, there was a little label that was a quote from Robert Louis Stevenson's short story called The Body Snatcher that was written in 1884. I don't know if you guys have ever read this. I have not, but I think maybe now I will. And it's a gothic tale heavily inspired by Burke and Hare, anatomy schools, and pretty much the moral rot beneath the respectable Edinburgh society. So let me read. Did I write it here? Actually, hang on. The note. Bop, bop, bop. I gotta go to the next slide. There we go. And I have to pop the note up here on my screen so I can read it. It says a gift. For caring for our nature's treasures, especially the 17, right? I think the 7 or the 8, sorry, the 8. And as Fettes took the lamp, his companion untied the fastenings of the sack and drew down the cover from the head. The light fell very clear upon the dark, well molded features and smooth shaven cheeks of a too familiar countenance. Often beheld in dreams of both of these young men, a wild yell rang up into the night. Each leapt from his own side into the roadway. The lamp fell, broke, and was extinguished. And the horse, terrified by this unusual commotion, bounded and went off towards Edinburgh at a gallop, bearing along with it, sole occupant of the gig, the body of the dead and long deceased Gray. So that accompanied the little doll. Is that nope, I'll go back. I'll pop him back up, but they did a very good job, whoever made this. So so now we have a 19th we have the 19th century mystery with these 17 little dolls hidden in a hillside, but now we have a 21st century one, and it's referencing this Victorian ghost story from about that era. And so it's kind of, was this a prank? Is it a tribute? Some kind of warning? Or I don't know. I'm I think it's really cool. They just sort of somebody took a lot of time and care with this one. They I've never read The Body Snatcher. Like I said, I think now I will. Sometimes old literature is a little rough to read, but maybe it won't be. Oh, shoot. Hang on. I just had Joe Hendry go crazy on my screen there for a second. But yeah, so this is one that just sort of turned up. Somebody took a lot of time and care with it, and I want one of these. I want one of these so much right now. Um, so this doesn't solve any of the mysteries. I guess this just makes it even worse. And let's see, what else did I have in here for that? I think that's it. I think that was it. That's all I actually had for you guys tonight. So, but yes, we've got these started with 17, now there's 18. I don't think this little guy really counts because he obviously came along much later than the other one. Somebody took a lot of time and care with him though, and it's pretty cool. I'd like to know who they are because I'd like to order one from them. But um yeah, these are our dolls. I'll pop them back up on I'll go back to the real dolls here so you guys can see them. There's Mr. Burke again. Jerk. Pop them up here. There were some really cool. There we go. But yeah, that shows the detail to them. You can see the little tiny, like somebody gave them a funeral. So to me, these represent something or somebody. I don't know if 17 and they look like they're all men or dressed as men. So, maybe there's a serial killer that was in at the time that they don't know about, that was doing ooh, that would be good. That'd be a good story. I might have to steal that one. Is it a good one, TF? Okay, I'll read it then. Um Sometimes some of them are a little rough, but if it's about body snatchers and erectionists, I'll just give it a go. I probably should have read that with, when I did the story originally, but it didn't pop up. And yeah, and to make their arms fit, they took some of them don't have arms. So, that's kind of the little morbid part of it that I like. Uh, they just, "Oh, he's not gonna fit in this little tiny coffin that I made for him, so I'm just gonna take his arm off." But yeah, so those are the little coffin guys. I hope you liked them. Uh, I have some things planned. So I'm just doing a real short one tonight because I've got like some stuff to do tonight, but I am going to I promised you guys we're gonna go to England. We're gonna talk about the princes in the tower. And I've got like videos loaded that I'm gonna watch so that I can bring those and do a good job for you guys on those. So that's why I kinda just did a little fun one tonight, that I didn't have to do a whole lot of prep work for, and here she comes. She's coming over. Oh, no. She's coming. Yay. Um, so I'm gonna dive in on the 2 princes, and then we're gonna talk about Richard the 3rd, their uncle. So I'm gonna get into that story. It might have to wait until after I get back from New Orleans, though, because it is gonna be there's quite a few videos that I wanna watch on it, and, um, Ernie Ernie's like she's like, "I'll be lurking," but then she heard Erectionist, and then she's back into the game, right? So, um, yeah, I'm going to be getting those up for you guys. Look at her. Show them how evil you are. She is. She's completely evil. Oh, I know. No, stop it, mom. But The Princess in the Tower, Richard the Third, and then I'm I've got a video that because I want tonight I got 2 videos that I wanna finish watching up on the Irish, the baby burials that I was talking about on Sunday night, these little burial mounds that are throughout Ireland, that are unconsecrated grounds where these children that weren't baptized, this is what they would have done back in the day, and there's a lot of folklore connected to them and how people still protected them, even though, right, it's not consecrated ground, they're not church grounds, but I'm watching a couple of videos on that, so I wanna try to finish that up so I can get that to you guys Thursday. 'Cause like I said, I'm leaving Tuesday, um, so I'm running out of time to get you guys some good stories, so that'll be Thursday, we're gonna go to Ireland. That one might be a little hard subject, but I will tell you that at the end, it is a little it is nice by the end because what they're doing to memorialize these lost children is really it's really beautiful. I think I did mention, like, beside a church, there was some unconsecrated ground where these children were buried, but now they've gone and consecrated that ground. So these children are now part of the church. So there's going to be some of those stories. So it's going to be a little, it's going to pull at your heartstrings, probably a little bit, but it's also is good too because once you hear about like how the people in the areas protected these, like they didn't plow these fields or anything. Now she's trying to eat me. Um, they left these areas untouched and that they've been there for centuries is just astonishing to me that they've survived all these years where people have. And Darlene, that will be the Magdalene houses. That those are really sad. Um, these aren't them though. This is a little bit different. These are really old. Oh my god, what is wrong with you? Um, I'm gonna sit on her now because now she's gonna go ballistic in here. There she goes. Okay, now she's gone. I do wanna do a story on those 2, Darlene, at some point. Oh, I don't know when. It's on my list, though. Maybe it's more on my radar. Not quite on my list yet, but I do wanna talk about them because there are some really good I've watched there's, like, at least 2 documentaries that I've watched that are really oh my god, they about killed me, though. They're so sad. As these little babies and yeah, the children at those places. Uh, because I do wanna talk about like, I talked to, Sunday night that we were going to talk about Gettysburg, and then I was gonna talk about the orphanage at Gettysburg, so there's gonna be that whole one that we're gonna do too. So I've got a lot of research to do, and I got a lot of reading to do, and it's kinda hard, especially with my trip coming up, but I'm gonna do it. I got some so tonight's short because of that, and yeah, I wanna bring you guys something at least kinda cool, Thursday. And then Sunday night, we'll do another ghost, guess that ghost, so you guys can, duke it out for whatever cool prize I can pick out when I go down to NOLA, and I think that's it. I think that's all I got for you guys. I know. I'm sorry. I know usually I go like 2, 3 hours, but gosh, I got so much to do if I want to give you guys something really cool on Thursday. I wanna tweak the rest of that episode for Thursday and not be all over the place. Hopefully, my steroids, some of this juice will wear off and I'm not so scattered by then. But yeah, it's been kind of crazy the last couple days. So with that, let me just go down through, make sure you guys don't have any comments. If there is something that you guys really want to want me to dive into, let me know. You can, if you're in the Discord, pop it in there. Just throw it in there or send me a DM. I'm on X. Everything, all my socials are right there in the right here on the YouTube thingy and the thingy. And yeah, just if you see a clip or something like Rubicon and Darlene sent me another really good one today. It's just crazy. You guys, I love that you guys think of me. Like if I was a person that cried, like if I had a heart, I would cry a little bit. I would have a little tear in my kidding. I'm not heartless, you know that. But yeah, I love that you guys think of me when you send me these little clips and things, and they do inspire me. Like, I've gone and looked them up, and I it takes me down little rabbit holes that I enjoy going down and learning things about. So, uh, yeah, so keep sending me stuff if you see things. I hope I'm changing your guys' algorithm like you're changing mine. So, I know I'm into Rubicons because the stuff she's sending me is the same yeah, is exactly stuff that I love and we will be discussing. So yeah, oh, yeah. I got a lot of work to do tonight, guys. I got a lot of couple documentaries I want to watch and I've got this psycho cat that's stalking me and probably I don't know. Oh, you know what? Let me throw my Discord link in here real ooh, crap. Do I have it? Oh, where is my channel page? Hang on. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, crap. Does anybody who's got I got a couple mods in here now, so I don't know who has the let me see if I can probably do this faster from my phone before I let you guys go. And I'll drop the invite here. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. Settings. All right. See if this works. If it doesn't, I don't know what to do. Bum, bum. All right. Did it pop up? There it is. So that's our Discord for the channel. So everybody's welcome to come in. I would love it if everybody was in there because it made it a lot easier for me to like keep track of you guys all. All y'all. Yeah, that's it. Um, and yeah, yeah, Darlene, if you want to, if you have more things on the Magdalene houses, I would love to see them. I have a book floating around here somewhere, and then I have they did a really good Irish documentary on them that it tore me it tore me up. It's gonna be a hard one for me to talk about, so I'm gonna have to, yeah. It's gonna be a hard that it's gonna be a hard one, but it's probably one we should I mean, I think people should be aware of it. Um, yeah, it's just gonna be a rough one for me. I don't yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's babies and kids, so it's always gonna be a hard one, but yeah, Darlene, if you've got anything you wanna send me, please do. Um, we'll I'll probably put it off for a little while yet because I have quite a few that I wanna bring you guys here. Certainly, I know the Richard III and the Princess. I would love to do that one 'cause that'll tie into our ghost too, and, then also with, Gettysburg too, because I know Jen really loves Gettysburg and the Civil War, so we're gonna bring something for Jen here too. So I'm gonna try to give you guys some what you guys want to listen to and see. I'm gonna try to bring that stuff to you too. So Tiff has a ghost in graveyard algo now. Yay! My evil plan has worked. Eclipse says Scotland has infiltrated my algorithm, so I'm blaming that on you. Now I want to go. Well, let's all go. We'll just all take one big family trip because I want to plan it just right though, so that I can go see these little guys when they're there. Because I've been twice now, and I have not got to see them yet. And yeah, I'm wondering if I gotta find some place. If anybody goes and looks these little dudes up and finds like an Etsy shop or something, please let me know because I want one. Um, this one of these has to go in my collection. It's just got to be the way it is. Uh-oh. Go ahead, Equal. If there's breaking news, go ahead. You can pop it up here. I'll throw it in here. I mean, I could throw. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. But let's see. Well, Tip, throw your thing in here. I gave you a wrench. You and Darlene and Mia, I got you guys all threw you wrenches. I'll throw some more out here too over the probably the next few weeks. So I don't want everybody in the chat to be moderators quite yet, but eventually as we get more people in here, I'll let you guys. But yeah, tell it person is in custody. Equal says, should I look it up real quick? Because I guess I gotta play it real quick. They haven't announced a name. Let me look real quick here. I'll look. I was gonna take off, but now you guys got me interested. But Guthrie missing mom update. Let's see. 8 hours ago. Here's one from 11 minutes ago. Is it the release of the people? The face the video? Um Hang on, I'm looking for one that's coming up like just now, but show more. What are you doing, evil? I have the only one I'm showing that's from 11 minutes ago says FBI releases images of masked person in hunt for Nancy Guthrie. Is that it? No, it's a person in custody. Okay. Well, it's not popping up on here for me. Let me try it again. Sometimes I have to hit it a couple times before I get anything good. I hadn't even seen this much of it. Oh god, not Nancy Grace. I can't do oh, here we go. Oh, that's JLR. I can't put him on here. I'm looking for here. Hang on, guys. Want me to share it for you? I'll do that. Let me try this. I'm gonna remove this. Nope, remove. Hang on. I'll post it up here. Since you guys are here, share screen. This is Fox 5.
Is your space. Delivered free and easy. Start your home refresh at wayfair.com.
Units out south of Tucson. We heard about a bomb squad with a command vehicle being sent south of Tucson. We heard about, the FBI's hostage negotiation team being brought in to the Tucson area. So it was our understanding that they might have had some key tip, but this thing was going to be a mission, Paul Morrow. When I heard traffic stop, I thought, well, I guess they must have found some car, some way. I'm just not sure what way.
This is Box 5, Washington.
Yeah, which is my next question to Josh Ritter, which is, this is a person that you send out. I mean, you send out all these assets and you send out the SWAT teams, and you also need this person to be able to communicate with you because you are still missing a woman. And even after you pull somebody over and you think they are the right person, Josh, you still need cooperation if you are to bring this mom home.
Let me look and see if I can get a different one for us. Okay, hang on.
It's
I'm going to
interesting that,
switch.
Josh, the judge used the word suspect when he's talking about the person who was caught on video in front of the doorstep of Nancy Guthrie, Paul Morrow, because, it wasn't for most of the day today, even with the video. All
right. I'm going to share a different screen here real quick. That's it. All right. Hang on.
Now, as we see clearly on the screen, this is a Nest camera. That is property of Google. And it's the reporting of our colleague, Tom Costello, that, and as well as Liz Kreutz, who's been reporting for us on the ground from Tucson. There was a lot of work with Google and the FBI to try to get to a point if they could find where this video was backed up or held somewhere. The FBI saying it was a back-end process, so something clearly on a technical side that they were able somehow to recover this video. The specific way that they were able to do that, we don't know. Also, when they got this video, we don't know. We know that we first started hearing about this video this morning, approximately 10 a.m., that there would be something coming today, that it could be some surveillance. We didn't even know that it was surveillance video that we would be getting. Got that information, and we're able to get that information obviously out at approximately 12:50 today when the FBI director made it public. But of course, the family had already been briefed on it, is our understanding, and obviously it was not the first time that law enforcement saw it at 12:50 today. So they would have been able to start to look for some potential clues as they did this investigation.
Tom Winter, Tom, we're so glad to have you. Thank you for being with us and for keeping us abreast of all of these developments as they have come pretty fast and furious over the course of the last hour and a half or so here. I want to bring in now security and cybersecurity expert Mark Rash. Mark, we're glad to have you too. The video, pick up on that thread here and how this would have been able to be, rediscovered, discovered in the first place here, found, released, etc.
Sure. Well, the reports that we got originally were that there was a camera, but the camera had been taken by the kidnapper. So there was no camera on site. Now, typically, if you have a subscription to one of the cloud-based services, either by Google for the Nest camera or Amazon through the Ring camera, your images are going to be stored on a cloud server and you'll be able to access them. But if you don't have that subscription, and the reports were that Mrs. Guthrie did not have that service, then there's no place for it to be stored. They've taken the camera. It's not stored anywhere on the camera because that's gone, and it's not stored on the cloud. What I suspect happened here is that even if you don't have a subscription to the service, there is some degree of event data. That is something that's triggered when there's an event, like somebody at the front door, is uploaded to Google or to Nest by the camera that can be restored back from some server at Google. And I suspect that that's where these images that we're seeing came from. That requires a certain degree of technical sophistication, a certain degree of knowledge of the system. And it's not something that's done in every case. And it's in fact probably difficult to do.
It's also, interestingly, pretty clear, Mark. I mean, the images themselves, it's not that sort of grainy surveillance feed that you sometimes see in some of these instances. It's while it's not colorized, obviously, it's black and white, basically, it's from what appears to be the infrared, it's crisp.
And that would be true because it's digital data. And so it is captured and stored at whatever the resolution was of the camera. And increasingly, we're having high definition 4K cameras with artificial intelligence and all kinds of software around to enhance it. So we're getting much cleaner, much crisper pictures. And the reason that appears to be black and white is because it's in the middle of the night with no lights on. So it's not that it's a black and white camera. It's that the images are captured at a frequency and wavelength where you can't see light.
It's obviously a short clip. Is it your assumption then, Mark, and again, I know you have no nexus to the law enforcement piece of this, but typically if a camera is going to capture 5 seconds, it might capture 10, right? Or we don't know.
Well, they capture an incident or an event, and the event will be typically around that event. So it may be as much as a minute or two around the event. Now, if this person disabled the camera and disconnected it, then what you won't see is the next event, which is them leaving the house because the camera's already been disconnected at that point.
Mark Rash, we appreciate your expertise here in walking through this video and how law enforcement may have obtained it and been able to release it. We really appreciate that. I want to go back to our Chief Justice and National Affairs correspondent, Kelly O'Donnell, who is in Tucson for us. And Kelly, we've been talking about the potential that this could be a maybe break in the case in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. And there have been so many people where you are, so many people around the country, so many people where I am, obviously our family up at the Today Show, who have been praying and hoping for some sort of break that would get Nancy Guthrie home safe. You have seen the community there in Tucson rally around her just intensely, Kelly.
Very much so. Neighbors, people that are passing by the locations where we've had a lot of our attention, Nancy Guthrie's home, Annie Guthrie's home, and so forth. This is a community, and people have been deeply rattled, shaken by this, not only on behalf of the Guthrie family, but they can imagine it in their own lives, how frightening these events have been, how unmooring these events have been. Tonight, we have some developments, as we've talked about what these images mean. Also, questioning of an individual is a step. We don't know that it is going to lead to an arrest or answers. I'm old enough in this business to have been outside Richard Jewell's home for 14 hours in 1996 when authorities were convinced that he was the Atlanta Park bomber. He was not. A traffic stop involved in this. Timothy McVeigh was stopped by State Trooper Charlie Hanger in Oklahoma, and he was ultimately responsible for the Oklahoma City bombing. There are things that can happen that take us to a point of conclusion, or there are things that are a part of the work of law enforcement that is necessary work to get to the real answer, but perhaps in questioning or in getting tips, it is only part of the way there. So it's really important for people to be aware that this is a very noteworthy update tonight, but we have limits on what it means. Also, when there is questioning, that can go on for many hours if the individual is willing to talk. It could be many, many hours. So the expectation that something will break any moment, we just don't have any basis for that.
That's right. Yeah.
When the Pima County Sheriff's Office says no press conference, they're trying to set expectations. The public is hungry for information. People are desperate to have an answer. None more than the Guthrie family and our friend and colleague Savannah and her siblings. Imagine how much they are desperate for an answer. But we have to take it one beat at a time. We're working hard to report it out. Certainly the law enforcement is working very hard to do the difficult work, whether it's electronic or whether it's interviewing people, whether it's running down tips. There's just a lot going on here. And what we will try to do is process that and give it context for our audience. And as developments warrant, we will give new information. But right now, this is certainly a pivotal break in the case in terms of new images, in terms of someone being questioned, and also tips coming in that we know from authorities that that is the case. So that's the sense that I have. Being in Arizona during these days, certainly everyone we're encountering, we are talking to them about this. They have been struck by the national attention of this, the very local personal attention of it, and just human concern for a crime that is so frightening and has so altered the life of this family. And so people can understand that. And we want to bring those answers as quickly as we can. And law enforcement certainly wants to get to the bottom of this and to provide an answer that can both bring justice in this case and hopefully, most importantly, hopefully reunite Nancy Guthrie with her children and her loved ones. Allie?
Kelly O'Donnell, live for us in Tucson. Well said, Kelly. Thank you so much. We're going to be back with more live breaking news coverage as NBC News has confirmed somebody has been detained for questioning now in the Nancy Guthrie disappearance. Stay with us.
All right. Tiff, where did you hear about the HRT team or the HRT? Just never mind. I can't talk. Is that on? I'm looking for that one now too. Let me look. I hope that means that her mom is good. Is fine. Oh. I'm looking here to see if there's anything new that popped up while I was on here. Didn't it sound like the Shaft music? That's what I thought too. As soon as I want that music. I want to play it in my background all the time. Bum, bum, bum. See what's live right now for them. Oh. Yeah, it looks like so Duty Ron's covering it, the interview room. Yeah, it makes me smile too. Oh gosh. I'm gonna have to clip that part off of Window Bros that night that they played it, because as soon as that music started playing for Shaq, I was just like, oh, it's just I love it. Let me look here. I'm just gonna see I'll let you guys know who's got it going right now. So yep, Duty Ron, the interview room, JLR, ouch, I'm being bitten by evil little terrorist. Trying to see the Pascal show. Looks like no. What is that? Yep. Oh, SWAT team and bomb team head out. Do you guys know who the Pascal show is? Says that I don't know. I hate it when I look at these things and I never know if they're actually um they say those things, right? I don't know if they're actually I see somebody else over here. Let's see. I like Duty Ron. He's usually the one I would probably go and watch, but let's see. Let me look for Brian. Does Brian have his own channel? Or who is he with? I'm just like bumping around here like I don't know what I'm doing. Mhm. Pretty Lies and Alibis, Agenda Free TV. Who's he? Ooh. Here, let me pop this one up.
Your job doesn't stop. Neither do we. More than 1 million products, every industry.
Interview is not going to take an hour, as long as they're willing to stay in the room. That's the other thing. You want to create an environment where the person is willing to stay in the room, right? We want to keep that person in that room talking. So while I am talking to that person, either about things relevant or not relevant to the case, I would also like behind the scenes other things to be done that can corroborate. So when you're talking to people, other people are listening. So if I'm talking to my individual, as that person's giving information, if they are giving anything relevant, you want to try to run those leads simultaneously. The first interview is critical. It's always the most important one. So I want to get that person kind of fresh talking to me. Often, too, sometimes when somebody gets locked into a narrative and it passes the first time and they're like, well, I gave this narrative before, it worked, I'm going to keep giving it. It really does drastically make it harder and harder to get the truth later. So these are the key elements here that I'm going to be looking at, particularly with this individual.
Jim, when you're in the course of an interview like this, how are you sifting through in the room? What tools do investigators use to determine whether this individual is telling them the truth, is not, is trying to hide something, et cetera?
Well, detectives and agents are really schooled. We all went to lots of schooling for interview and interrogation, lots of techniques. You slow things down. You're really trying to get to the truth, like Evie said. And Pima County Homicide is very good. Many years ago, I worked with them when an ATF agent was kidnapped, shot through the back, point blank, and other ATF agents killed the assailant. I worked with their homicide unit there, and they're very good. Those detectives are excellent. And they'll have detectives that specialize in interviews. And of course, so does the FBI. And polygraph examiners like Evie are very skilled in interviews. So you're trying to get to the truth. There's no, real heavy words. You're trying to ask the questions, and you might be just frank with them. This is the evidence we have. We stopped you, and you're wearing the same jacket the guy's wearing that's in the movie at the abduction scene. So what about it? Talk to us, and tell us what's what. And you'll just have to glean from the answers, play it through. I'm not saying they saw a jacket, but I'm just as an example. There's some reason why they stopped the guy. Most likely is they got a tip, and then they put a surveillance on him. That's what we normally do.
All right.
And you put a surveillance on him, and then maybe he starts to move. And if he starts to move, where's he going? And maybe you really don't have enough surveillance assets to, follow him all over town.
All right. Okay. I put the link for Duty Ron in there if you guys want to go check it out there. I don't know what else is. I don't know how long it's probably going to be a little while if they just got this guy, but I'm not seeing. I looked to see if there was the Pascal show said that there were like a bomb squad was going out. I don't know if that has. I don't know why a bomb squad would be going out. So, yeah. So I put Duty Ron's link in here if you guys, I like Duty Ron and Ed. So, I mean, listening to police officers talk about police investigations, that's usually where I tend to go. So I like them. Brian's great too on News Nation, but yeah, I just threw Duty Ron's up there because his is the first one that popped up when I looked on my phone. So I will. So I threw that in there because I think right now they're just going to keep showing this. But this looks. I don't think I've. This is new, right? Because I had not seen this yet with the camera. This looks like my Ring doorbell. Like this is how good it looks, which is really scary. I got to make sure when I go to people's houses, I put a mask on. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding. But I'm sure there's probably, I mean, we're probably all in a holding pattern for this. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like 2 days ago, the wrenches went to Shields. So, I'm not sure what I don't know. YouTube. I just wish they'd give us our handles back so that I can just be dead air time and then have my Tombstones name. I would be so much happier. It just makes channel names so much easier too. Oh, they're showing. Trying to see. Yeah, put some yeah, let's put some flowers over the camera. Haven't they watched any of like you put spray paint? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? I don't know. Booby trap. Oh, damn, who are these people? This is crazy. I didn't realize. Well, I just thought it would be like a couple freaking idiots or something, right? Like, I didn't this looks a little this is creepy. So we got a person detained, subterranean holding site, especially oh God. Yeah, that makes sense. No. Wow. What? Why? Why? Um, that's my biggest question. Like, I still has anybody decided why they've done this? I don't know. Oh, and hi, Erica. I'm sorry. I saw you pop up in there, and then this started. So she had the Nest camera. That's damn good. Maybe I wanna but they're right though. Like I don't have maybe I shouldn't say that publicly, but well, doesn't matter. I don't have a subscription for mine either, but it records stuff still and saves it. So it saves it to hard to back up. So at least that's good to know that even if you don't have an active subscription going on, that you have some level of protection. Well, not maybe not protection, but at least evidence wise, right? Like they can probably still catch something. Um, from okay, so this was out earlier today. Hmm. Yeah, I would imagine like out. So this is Tucson, right? Yeah, I would imagine that there's probably. Oh God, that's so freaking scary. That terror. It terrifies me. I just don't. Yeah. But those old mines though too, gosh, I hope that's not something that they have or and uh Tiff, I want quiche. I'm so hungry right now. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna go eat right after this and watch my documentaries. But um I'm still gonna do that. I'm gonna do that now because I think we've got to a point. It looks like they're just gonna keep playing this video. So I just turned the sound off. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, you like the so see, I don't know if I like it. Um, oh wait, I like the new name MASH. I think he should adopt it. Okay. Let's see. Um, it requires me to put things together in a bowl, stir them up, and then put them. I know. I'm just been a lazy cook for. I have a kid who eats like four things, right? And they're like chicken nuggets and chicken tenders, and I don't have to get fancy with cooking, and it's silly when it's just me, right? I just make a sandwich for myself or something, so, yeah, but I need to get cooking again. I need to do that. I used to like it. Go eat and then go live again if you really want. Well, unless something pops up, I've got to watch these documentaries though because I'm excited about them too. But I mean, I hope they find her mom, but I think they'll hopefully we'll see something. I don't know how long Duty Ron and them will be on, but they probably got more time than me to sit and do that, right? But yeah. So I think that's what I'll do. We got a little update at least. So we can end on that. Let me go eat and watch my documentaries on Ireland. I love listening to their hopefully maybe that'll help me sleep tonight. I can watch a few of those and drift off to Irish lullabies. And I will see you guys. I did throw the link up there for Duty Ron if you guys want to go follow him or whoever you guys want to follow. I just threw him up because he's one that I always follow for this stuff. So, all right, I'm gonna go eat. You guys go. Well, Tiff is already eating and then rubbing it in that she's got something delicious to eat. I'm gonna see what I have in my freezer that I can unthaw and eat. There's probably nothing nearly as delicious as what Tiff has, concocted, but I'm gonna find something. I'm sure I got a Stouffer's in there or something, or maybe a pot pie, I don't know. But I'm starving. Oh my god, I hate steroids. Alright, guys, I will see you Here, let's because we got these nasty people up here. I'm gonna take them off my screen. Ugh, sick people. Let's do a cleanse real quick because these people make me sick. All right, here we go. I'm gonna give you guys a little cleanse. All right, guys. I'll see you Thursday night, and hopefully, I've got this Irish thing all buttoned down by then. All right, I'll see you guys. Thanks for coming in tonight, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.